Well, let me introduce you to some real thrill seekers. Sympathomimetic drugs. These little guys are like the adrenaline junkies of the pharmaceutical world, mimicking the effects of the sympathetic nervous system. They're the party starters, the ones who get your heart racing and your blood pumping. I mean, who doesn't love a good rush? Now let's break it down. These bad boys come in all shapes and sizes. First up, we have the alpha agonists, the true alpha leaders of the pack. You've got your A1 agonists, like phenylephrine, who are all about that vasoconstriction life. They squeeze those blood vessels tighter than a pair of skinny jeans after Thanksgiving dinner. And then there are the A2 agonists, like clonidine, who are more like the chill friends that say, "Hey, let's calm down a bit and reduce that sympathetic outflow." They're like the Zen masters of the adrenergic world, bringing down the blood pressure when things get a little too wild. But wait, there's more. Enter the beta agonists, the life of the party. V1 agonists, like dobutamine, are the ones who really get your heart pumping. They're like the DJ cranking up the beats, increasing heart rate and contractility. You can practically hear them shouting, "Let's get this heart rate up!" Then you've got the V2 agonists, like albuterol, who are the breath of fresh air, literally. They open up those airways wider than a kid's mouth when they see a giant ice cream cone. And let's not forget about the V3 agonists, like mirabegron, who are all about that lipolysis life, helping you shed those extra pounds while relaxing your bladder. Talk about multitasking. Now, how do these sympathomimetic drugs do their thing? It's like a well-choreographed dance. They bind to adrenergic receptors and get the party started. Activate those A1 receptors, and boom! Vasoconstriction and increased blood pressure. Flick the switch on A2 receptors, and it's a chill-out session with reduced sympathetic outflow. Flip over to V1 receptors, and you're on the fast track to increased heart rate and contractility. It's like a symphony of physiological effects, all working together to keep you feeling alive. But, of course, with great power comes great responsibility, or in this case, great side effects. You think you're just having a good time, and then, boom, hypertension, tachycardia, palpitations, and arrhythmias crash the party like uninvited guests. And don't even get me started on the central nervous system. Anxiety, tremors, headaches, and insomnia can turn that fun night into a restless one real quick. You thought you were just enjoying a little albuterol, and now you're wide awake at 3 a.m., wondering if you'll ever sleep again. It's like that one friend who drinks too much coffee and can't sit still. And if you're thinking about throwing these sympathomimetics into the mix, you better check the guest list for contraindications. If you've got cardiovascular diseases, severe hypertension, or arrhythmias, you might want to think twice before inviting these guys to your party. They're not the best guests for someone with hyperthyroidism either. Trust me, that increased sensitivity to adrenergic stimulation is a recipe for disaster. And let's not forget about pregnancy. Some of these sympathomimetics might not be safe for the little ones. It's like trying to mix oil and water. Just doesn't work out. Now, let's talk about their therapeutic uses, because these drugs aren't just about causing a ruckus. They can be lifesavers. In the world of cardiovascular conditions, they're like the superheroes swooping in to save the day. Got hypotension? Phenylephrine is here to save the day. Heart failure? Dobutamine's got your back. And when it comes to respiratory conditions, they're the ones with the inhalers, ready to help those asthmatic friends breathe easy with albuterol and salmeterol. It's like having a trusty sidekick for every health crisis. And let's not forget about nasal congestion. When you're feeling stuffed up, these sympathomimetics can be your best friends. Phenylephrine and pseudoephedrine swoop in like a breath of fresh air, clearing out those sinuses and letting you breathe again. It's like opening a window on a stuffy day. Ah, sweet relief. And when anaphylaxis strikes, you can count on epinephrine as your first-line treatment. It's like having a superhero in your pocket, ready to save you from the brink. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. These drugs have their darker side too. You might find yourself dealing with some unwanted guests, those pesky adverse effects. Cardiac issues can sneak up on you like a ninja in the night. Hypertension, tachycardia, and palpitations can turn a fun night into a trip to the ER faster than you can say sympathomimetic. And let's not forget about the central nervous system's party crashers, anxiety, tremors, and insomnia. You thought you were just having a good time, and now you're pacing the floor wondering what went wrong. So, here's the deal. Sympathomimetic drugs are like that wild party friend who can either make or break the night. They can elevate your mood, get your heart racing, and open up your airways. But they can also bring along a whole host of side effects that can leave you feeling like you've been hit by a freight train. It's all about balance, my friends. Know your limits, understand your body, and always check the contraindications before you dive headfirst into the world of sympathomimetics. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to navigate this crazy ride called life. And if sympathomimetic drugs can help us along the way, then why not? Just remember to keep an eye on those side effects and contraindications, and you'll be well on your way to enjoying the ride without any unexpected detours. So, whether you're dealing with asthma, heart failure, or just a stuffy nose, these little compounds are here to help. Just make sure you know when to party and when to take it easy, because life's too short to be anything but fabulous.